Hi everyone, today I'd like to talk about OMG Platinum Purple Mask Kit. This was actually a kit that I won from an Instagram giveaway that I won back in 2018. So this was just basically an overview of the packet. I've never used anything from OMG before, and so I thought I'd walk you guys through the steps. And this was just, again, just an overview so you guys could see the packaging. And as you can see, it's a three-step kit. It's a bubble mask, which is step one. Step two is a purple peel off mask, and then step three is their serum pad. So the bubble mask is kind of interesting because it's a sheet mask that actually bubbles, and we will see that shortly. And again, this was just to give you the overview of what it looked like. And I never used one of these before, so it was kind of exciting. And I think that you could probably use this kit separately if you only want to use one mask at a time. But what I did was I thought it was easier for me to use it all at once because I wanted to see exactly what the entire effect was. So as you can see, it's just a regular sheet mask, and it has this serum on it. It is a bit damp, of course, when you take it out of the packaging, and you have to fix it on your face. But it does start to bubble fairly quickly. As you can see, this was within a couple of seconds of me having it on, maybe a minute. So it bubbles really quickly, and I was surprised that even after I took it off, it was still bubbling. And it's an interesting sensation. It doesn't burn. It kind of tickles, but it doesn't burn. It didn't really cause any irritation. This was just for me to show you kind of how it bubbles in different spots. Like it'll start to bubble more like on your nose or on the sides of your cheeks, things like that. And it just bubbles. It really didn't irritate the skin, but you do feel like the effervescence of it, for lack of a better word. And this photo was just to show you what the mask looked like as it bubbled longer. So as you can see, it does start to bubble a lot. And this is what happened when I took it off. And it really didn't irritate my face. And as you can see, it was still pretty active after I removed it. Those were all the bubbles that were still on the sheet mask itself. So I just rinsed my face and I dried my face, and then I went to step two. Step two, of course, is the purple peel off mask. I will say that if you have a dedicated little applicator spatula or brush, that would be the easiest thing for you to use. I had one, but I didn't know where I left it, so I just applied it with my fingers, and it does apply smoothly and evenly, but it would be better with a brush or a application spatula because it even tells you on the directions. All in all, it doesn't really smell bad. It doesn't have any weird like texture. It's just very smooth, and it's kind of, again, since I did apply it with my fingers, it does take a little bit for it to come off when you wash your hands with soap and water, but you will just want to make sure that you don't get purple everywhere. But other than that, I found it to be really easy to apply, as you can see. I did find that the packet did have a fair amount, and you can apply it for 20 minutes, up to 20 minutes, or until you feel that it's dry enough on your face. So this is what it looked like after I went back to my bedroom. As you can see, it still was very moist. And this was 20 minutes, roughly 20 minutes later. So you can see that it was starting to pull away a little bit from my face, around like my nose. But since there was so much in the packet, I probably should have done my neck as well. And it peeled away really easily. I was very happy with it. This was one of the least painful peel off masks that I had used in a very long time. It didn't feel like it was ripping my skin off. You did feel the tugging, but it didn't hurt like some of the other peel off masks can. But it was pretty easy to remove. A lot of the spots that stuck to my face basically were spots that still weren't fully dry, or I had gone over and applied a little bit of extra mask to my face. But as you can see, it peeled off fairly well in large size pieces. But it works well. It didn't really irritate my skin, which I liked. And when it was drying, you could feel it drying on your skin, but it wasn't anything painful. It didn't feel like it was pulling your skin. I did have a bit of a hard time, as you can see here, on my forehead because I couldn't find a section to actually pull. So I was finally able to get a piece between my brows, and I just kind of lightly pulled it upward. So you will kind of have to see what works easiest to remove for you. But I was happy again with it, and it peeled off fairly cleanly. And I didn't really have any irritation afterwards. As you can see, my face wasn't all red, or I didn't have anything else of that nature. I just did have some extra pieces that stuck to my face. So step 3 is like their serum pad, and basically what this does is I guess you use it to remove any excess mask that was on your face. I thought it was supposed to be a larger sheet, but it just seemed to be that little square. It did remove the mask. It may take you a little time, especially if you had large chunks that were still stuck to your face like I did, to remove all of it. So I kind of trimmed this just to give you guys an idea. And again, once I was done, it really didn't irritate my face. I thought it was fairly easy to use, and this is what I was able to get off finally, all of it. And then once my face was completely clean. So stay tuned. So hi everybody, as I mentioned earlier, today I'm talking about the Double Dare OMG Platinum Purple Facial Mask Kit. And as you can see, this is what the packet looks like. And again, it was 3 steps. So it was the bubble mask, and then the purple peel off mask, and finally it was just a little like cleansing serum pad that came with the packet. Once again, you could probably use them separately, but I was kind of curious to see how it worked all in combination. All in all, it's kind of an interesting little kit. It's neat because it includes everything that you need, of course. But I liked the bubble mask, I think, the best because it was kind of interesting. It was just a regular sheet mask, and then you applied it, and as you saw in the video, within seconds to a minute or two, it started to bubble, and I was really surprised that even after I took it off, it was still active. It was all foamy, which was kind of weird but neat, and it really didn't irritate my face. I didn't have any adverse reactions. I didn't have any redness. Getting to the peel off mask for a second, I will again say that if you do have a dedicated brush that you use for masks like these, or a spatula, like those little silicone spatulas that they have, you probably will want to use it. The packet suggests it. I had one at one point and I have no idea where I left it, so I just use my fingers. But you will want to go ahead and use something with this because it does take a little bit to wash off your fingers if you do it by hand, and you probably will want to put it on maybe the little packet itself because you end up with purple everywhere. And I learned the hard way. I came back to my desk because I had to wait the 15 to 20 minutes for it to completely dry, so I put my glasses back on and I came back over here to do stuff, and of course I got it all over my glasses and there was purple all over my bathroom sink, but that's neither here nor there. There's just a ramble at this point. But it did work. I did like it. Again, I can say that that was one of the least painful peel off masks that I've tried. I didn't you will have to again take care around like your eyes and your eyebrows. Don't be like me that always gets like half of it in my eyebrow and then I pull out my eyebrows in the process of pulling off the mask. But I did like it. I was very happy with it, and I was happy when I saw it in that Instagram win from last year that I was fortunate enough to win. So if this is something that you are interested in, I will add the link in the description below. Apparently it can be found through Amazon and at Ulta Beauty, so I added both of those links below. So I hope everybody has a good day, and let me know if you've tried any of these products, because they do have a couple of other colors as well. They have this one, I think it's a pink one, and a few other colors. So if you've tried any of them, I'd like to see what you guys think about them. So have a good day, everybody. Bye.